Leftists continue simping for Somalians. The latest is Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, who was like, I love Somalians so much, I'm going to eat their food at their restaurant and it tastes delicious. Oh, God. Do I have to finish this whole thing? Oh, God. Maybe if I spoon it around, they won't see that I don't like this because it tastes like shit. These people cannot be real, and yet they are. But I'm going to make one thing clear. I'm going to pass on the Somali food. Thank you. Oh, everyone's favorite Somali, Ilhan Omar, is, I don't know if you caught this earlier this week. She's victim blaming about the Minnesota fraud schemes. She's like, no, you don't blame these Somali criminals who committed all of these crimes. It's actually the program's fault because it's just the program wasn't set up right. Shoot.
Can you shed any light on why the fraud got so out of control in Minnesota?
I think what happened is that, when you have these kind of new programs that are designed to help people, you're oftentimes relying on third parties to be able to facilitate. And I just think that a lot of the COVID programs that were set up, they were set up so quickly that a lot of the guardrails did not get created. It
was the guardrails. It was the guardrails' fault, which is so crazy because she's the one who set them up. Apparently, it links back to this case. U.S. attorney announces federal charges against 47 defendants in $250 million Feeding Our Future fraud scheme. Nonprofit Feeding Our Future and 200 plus meal sites in Minnesota perpetrated the largest COVID-19 fraud scheme in the nation. And the scheme was all made possible because of the 2020 Meals Act. Now, I'd like for you to take an educated guess at who authored and introduced that bill. It was her, Ilhan Omar. It was actually rolled into what she suggested, what she put forth was rolled into H.R. 6201, Families First, Coronavirus Response Act, where it became law. By the way, she bragged about authoring it online. She said, in 2020, we passed the Meals Act, a bill that authorized school meal waivers that protected access to school meals during the pandemic. So what happened is people used this law to funnel the money away. And she's the one who did it. Now, you might be saying, okay, Sarah, but how could she possibly know that someone would take advantage of her law? Well, there's a peculiar thing that has happened. One of the people charged was Salim Abdallah, who co-owned the Safari restaurant, all right? Safari restaurant. He was found guilty in August of stealing over $12 million for serving 3.9 phantom meals during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, hopefully, the meals did not look like the meal that Jacob Frey was eating earlier because that looks like shit. Now, this guy blew much of the money on a $2 million Minneapolis mansion, $9,000 a month shopping habits. Oh, and coincidentally enough, here's Ilhan Omar working at that same restaurant. She says, first of all, I'm glad we reached Safari. Safari is one of the places to prepare food every day. Every day, Safari provides 2,300 meals to children and their families. She's a big fan of that guy and the Safari restaurant. She's over there serving people during COVID. And by the way, her 2018 victory party was held at that restaurant. Well, that's odd. It's just coincidence, actually. Except there was another one who was charged, who is, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one, some Somali. And this guy actually worked, he has a Star Wars name. He worked on Ilhan Omar's campaign, 2020 and 2018. As an enforcer, whatever that means. So it's just so crazy that she's saying blame the guardrails, and she's the one who set up the guardrails, and all of these people who profited off of the largest COVID era scheme ever, funneling all of this money, sometimes to terror groups. It's just that she's like friends with all of them. Isn't that odd? Isn't that strange? I mean, I can say with 100% confidence that I don't know any like criminals who are embezzling money. And by the way, if I do. I don't know that they do. And by the way, they wouldn't be using any rules that I set. So it just seems very strange to me. It's very strange to me that Ilhan Omar invented the rules, set up the system that all of her buddies seemed to profit from, and she knew nothing about it. Yeah, this needs to be investigated at the highest levels because her fingerprints are all over this fraud scheme. She's already said that she represents Somalian interest and she shouldn't be in this country. So please, Donald Trump, everyone needs to be telling Donald Trump and Pam Bondi, you guys need to investigate the shit out of this. There's no way that she was not connected. If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you know you do. Click here.